What's going on, everybody? So last year at Can Jam in Dallas, I was hanging out with my buddy EL, and he was heading over to the Noble table, and I didn't really know anything about Noble. I had heard a couple of their IEMs, but went over to the table, found out that it's run by a family, and the wife, the husband, two kids were there, and it was really a neat experience, especially checking out some of their IEMs. So I had checked out, what did I check out? The Sultan, which I really liked. And then I checked out the Viking Ragnar, which I'd heard so much about. Now, the Viking Ragnar kind of, whoo, that trouble, but more about that later. But then they had the Chronicle sitting there. And I guess EL fell madly in love with it and bought it there, and it was the last one. So if you can't tell, today's review is going to be on the Noble Audio Chronicle. All right, so the Noble Audio Chronicle. This is a 10th anniversary special edition. Now, I believe there were only 100 that were made and they sold out very quickly. It is a 10 driver configuration. So it has 2 bone conducting drivers, 2 Sunny electrostatic drivers, 4 Knowles balanced armature drivers, a coaxial layout for the 10mm and the 7mm dynamic drivers. All right, so let's check these out. This is a very stunning shell. It is heat treated titanium Damascus. So it is a very awesome looking shell. This is not the cable that comes with it, by the way. It's an Elitech cable. So I'm not going to be showing it off as much as I am going to be how beautiful these Damascus shells are. So being a 10th anniversary, being the price it is, you would expect it to be stunning. And I think Noble did a very good job on this IEM. All right, so you know how we do the fit and finish on the Chronicle. It being titanium, Damascus titanium, it is a very good looking and light IEM. I have not had any issues with weight or comfort. I would say it's a medium to large IEM shell, but no issues at all with comfort. Then I mentioned earlier, this is an Elitech cable, so this isn't the cable that comes with it, but I thought it showed off anyway, because it is, as always, a very classy cable. But pound for pound, again, I think they did a wonderful job, especially on a 10th anniversary commemorative IEM, so very special IEM and limited edition. The other cool thing too is they're doing something that I'm very happy about. Pretty soon, maybe a little bit before or after this video, there's going to be a Kronos model. And the Kronos model is essentially going to be this, the limited edition, but where you can buy it a regular edition. So I think it keeps the Damascus, the beautiful Damascus faceplate, but the body will be different, which is cool because I'm not too happy about like there being limited edition runs, especially when they're spectacular IEMs and you have to find them on the used market, and that could be a pain in the butt because some people don't want to get rid of them. So I think it's really awesome of Noble to make a regular edition so more people can enjoy the sound of the Chronicle. All right, so how does the Noble Chronicle sound? So I had mentioned the Ragnar in the beginning. And the reason why I mentioned the Ragnar is that the Ragnar to me is this awesome sound with a lot of treble energy. And it's got good bass, but not bass at level bass, but good enough bass where it covers all the lower instruments and things like that, right? But it's got this just crazy treble to it. And being treble sensitive, I can only last for about maybe 15 minutes before my brain literally crashes from the sound. It's almost like a chalkboard with me, fingernails on a chalkboard, with really super trebly IEMs. Even though I do enjoy the sound, but just with my treble sensitivity, I can't handle it. So this is how I was trying to explain to one of my friends, Derek, because he loves the Ragnar and he's not treble sensitive. And that's his jam. He loves that IEM. And if I wasn't treble sensitive, I'd probably love it too. But this is where the Chronicle for me comes in. Because the Chronicle for him is kind of a nerfed Viking in a sense because it doesn't have that treble energy. But for someone who's treble sensitive like me and all my other treble sensitive friends out there, I feel like the Chronicle gives you that same kind of air and beautiful extended treble, but tuned down enough for someone who's like me to be able to completely enjoy it. And that's what I really like about the Chronicle. So we started off with treble in a sense. We did backwards this time. But you add the very nice airy extended treble, nice space between instruments, and then you go to the mids, which are just chef's kiss. Just because it's one of those IEMs that you close your eyes and you think you're at a live performance. So if you've got any live performance tracks, like Sting's recent 3.0 album, or even if it's just a beautifully recorded album in a studio, it almost feels like it's live. And it has this awesome presentation. I love how it separates things. The staging is deep, one of my big importance. It's wide as well, but it's got to be deep because I have to feel like it's layering, right? So it does that brilliantly. And when it comes to the bass, it's got good mid and good sub bass, but it's very articulate when it comes to the reproduction of lower instruments. The basses, the lower cellos, it sounds really, really good, the bass. Now, is it going to blow your mind with something like Bury Your Friend from Billie Eilish in the bass? No, it's not meant for that. Will it do a good job on it? Yes. But it's not geared for that in a sense, for all your bass head tracks. It's more geared towards, I love it with classical, love it with jazz. For me, it's like 90% of what I listen to, it's perfect for. Things like Max Richter and Sun Will Fall, close your eyes and you're in that concert hall. You feel the instruments, you hear the reverberations, you hear the echoes and stuff like that. It's just really good at two things: taking you to the place where the performers are at, with your eyes closed, and just brilliant at enjoying the music, just listening to music. It does female vocals very well. I think it does male vocals very well. Piano sounds exquisite on it. So the timbres is right on. It's just another one of those correct sounding IEMs. Now, I've said this before. What annoys me is, since I think that it was a 10th anniversary edition with the Chronicle, and they only made 100, maybe 120, I don't like IEMs like that. I don't like the limit. Fulgrim, 69, Les Jardins, 20. I don't like these just little ones that they just pop out and they're like, oh, you better hurry up and buy it, because if you don't buy it, you're going to have to find it used. And usually they're so good that no one's going to let go of them, right? So it's hard to find. But here's the awesome thing. As I'm recording this, the Kronos was announced. And the Kronos is I would say, so the whole Damascus body, except it's the face now. So you're not getting the full Damascus body of the Chronicle, but you're getting the faceplate and then the regular body. And it's supposed to be a regular Chronicle, which is awesome. I wish more companies would do this. Like, I don't mind if you have like a really special one and it's only made, but it'd be cool if you had one that's a little bit less special, even though I think the Kronos looks amazing, but a little less special, but the same tuning that everybody can get. So kudos for Noble. I've turned into like a really big fan with them, because again, even though I can't listen to the Ragnar, I do like the Ragnar. Chronicle's awesome. And then there'll be probably 4 more Noble reviews coming up. So to wrap this up, I think the Chronicle, it's definitely on my S tier list. It's one that I could ride off into the sunset with, because I think the way it just makes you feel like you're at a live performance every time you're listening to it. the separation, the depth, and everything like that makes it a pretty amazing IEM. And I'm glad that that legacy of the Chronicle has been passed down to the Chronos, and it'll continue on. So, is a Noble Audio Chronicle a buy? Well, this is kind of a tough one because the only way you're going to be able to find it is used, if you want one. And they do pop up here and there, but it's such a well-made IEM, such a great sounding IEM, that probably a lot of owners aren't going to get rid of them, so you have to kind of look for them. But at least we have the Chronos now that continues the legacy, and I would think, even though I haven't heard it, I'll hear it at CanJam pretty soon. If it's very similar or the same, then yeah, it's definitely buy. The separation, the liveliness of the sound, the correctness of the sound, it's definitely worth a buy. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to ask, and I'll see you in the next video.